Hey guys, just going to do a little video for you on the Lee LoadAll 2 shotgun press. Remman 700 had a question on how to get the powder out of the hopper once it's already poured in there. So we'll cover that, and we'll also cover the powder bushings and how to change them out and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started. And here it is. Sorry, it's kind of cramped, kind of close quarters in here. We'll do the best we can with the light. So, anyways, you can see there's some powder in here. Maybe as you can't see. Try to get the light a little bit better here. I don't know how much better it's going to get for us. Probably not much, but there's powder in here. So we got to get it out. It's what we're going to do is you can see there's powder in here. So we got to get the hopper off. But this is a spring-loaded design. There's a spring in here, and you can see when I use mine, there's a little noise there. But when you first get this out of the package, you first get it home, it's going to be really dry in this square aluminum tube where the plastic and the aluminum tube slide together. They telescope together, and it's a real dry sort of grating sound. So the first thing you want to do is going to want to lube that up and get this thing off anyway. So basically what you have to do is, in order to get this off, there's this aluminum bar that's the hand piece that you pull down on, and it's a spring-loaded design, and there's a pin on either side. The aluminum has a hole drilled in it, and the pin goes through that hole. So you just kind of pop it off. Now remember, there's a spring in here, so don't let it go because it's going to want to kind of fly off. So you kind of hold on to it and best you can, and you get the handle off like that. Okay. Excuse my phone. So then this just pulls right off. Okay. So it's like that, and you just take the lid off. And we're just going to pour the powder back in here. Okay. Now there might be some in that bushing. Actually, no, there's not, because it's slid over already. So basically, that's that. And when you want to go to reassemble it, you can see there's this little plunger, okay, that goes up into this square box is where the spring is going to go up in, and you can see this thing is like a plunger. The plunger goes in, there's a spring here. Put the plunger inside the spring, and then all just goes inside that square tube. Now, like I said, when I got this home, I coated this thing with Vaseline, and that seems to work really good as a lubricant. It stays on there pretty good, and it doesn't fall out and shit. So basically, so you want to just push this back down and get it to where the pins are going to want to line up with your handle again. And I kind of get one close, and then I'll go for the other one. So that's it, basically. That's it in a nutshell. So what we can go over now is you saw how we take the hopper off. Now let's talk about the powder bushings. Lee gives you the top of basically the top of the press is the little powder bushing case, and they just sort of live in here. They also give you an extra shell alignment tool, and this just helps align the shell up. So essentially, this is what these guys look like. You get a bunch of these. You get like over 20 of them. Different, it's just different diameters. So there's going to be a different volume of powder that goes into the shell, and they're designated with a number. Let me see if I can. Okay, each one's designated with a number, and then you have like the volume to grain conversion chart, and then you just match it up with the little bushing that you need, and then obviously you throw a charge, and then you weigh it, and make sure you do a couple of them, make sure it's throwing the proper weight, and you're good to go. Now this is how you change them out. Okay, what you do is you can either use a regular screwdriver, or if you have one of these, you know, sort of holders for your, you know, your screwdriver bits. You know, everybody's seen that. You know, it's just a little it's a 1/4-inch drive socket is what it is, and it just holds the bits. Well, on this press, to get the powder bushings out, you got to remove this faceplate, and there's 2 of these here. So you can either use your flathead screwdriver, or I prefer to use just you can either use like a 1/4-inch drive socket, or you could just use the inner part of this as your socket. And you just take these little screws off right here. Obviously I'm not thrilled about the design. I mean, it's a metal screw going into a plastic sort of thing. You know, they're eventually going to wear out. So, but anyhow, so you get two separate bushings. You get this is what they look like in the charge bar. This is the charge bar. This would be the side for your shot, and this would be the side for your powder. And basically, they just push out of here. They just push out, okay, and they just push in, you know. So that's basically it. So I got a 1.25 ounce a shot, and this is a 141 bushing. And then when you get it done, you just push this. You put your charge bar back up, and you just put your plate back on here. I just get them started. I wouldn't recommend, you know, if you're going to use this 1/4-inch drive socket like I was telling you guys about, I wouldn't recommend using it on your hand drill or anything like that. I would just do it by hand, because like I said, it's just a metal screw going into a plastic thing, and it would strip out so easily. But I like the way that this grips the screw a lot better than a flathead screwdriver, because, you know, after a while these, you know, they get boogered up and things like that. So so that's it. That's how you have to do it. The other way to do it is you could run the charge bar back and forth 100,000 times until all your powder's gone. That's another way of getting all your powder out of there. The priming system is very simple. Basically, all it is a spring, okay, with a plastic sort of alignment, you know, bushing in there, and just this just a steel rod that basically goes inside the spring, goes inside the housing, just all sort of sits in there. The plastic bushing lines everything up, and then when you press down, the primer is pressed into the shell that way. Pretty simple. This is a little trap door on the bottom of the press right here, and you know, it's just when the spent primers get when the primers get poked out, all the spent ones just kind of get collected in here. And I got a few in there I gotta get rid of. This is the shell alignment tool, and it just sort of gets, you know, just kind of clips onto this just a press fit onto this aluminum tube. And essentially all that does is there's these little plastic fingers in here. Alright, there's these little plastic fingers in there, and they just line the shell up for you, basically. I mean, you just kind of, it's like a spring action, and just sort of lines it up. Well, I hope that answers your questions, Rem Man, and I know that you're going to enjoy your new press. I know I like mine. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of cheap, you know, it's a little cheesy, but it really loads them. It throws an accurate powder charge. It puts a nice crimp on them. You know, it's not the fastest in the world, but it works really good, and I think it's a good first press. So, like I said, hope I answered all your questions, and if I didn't, man, just let me know.